it. So we've said if you want to go ahead and put information in the chat after we finish with our speaker program part, then we will have opportunity to share, but sometimes that time gets short. So be sure to put your information. And if our intent is to send out, we can send out recording in the chat. Copy the chat afterwards. Also, just FYI, some of y'all come in because you get an email from me. Some get it from the newsletter, and probably a fair number of y'all get it both ways. So, but we know who's on our list. So if you ever y'all are trying to get in touch with somebody, can't figure out who they are, then give us a call, shoot us an email, and we can try to get you in touch with folks. So we're happy to do that networking. So we're glad that we're here. It's been 3 years since the January meeting was the last in-person meeting we had for Bristol's Promise until this past September, when we did the state of the schools. We're choosing to continue to do online for both because illness is still raging out there, and also because of the convenience. So folks can eat their lunch, they can spend an hour to an hour and a half and not have to have travel time. We'll be looking at that. If y'all have preferences and do want to do some in person at some point, please do let us know, and we will be considering that as we go along. Today, we're pleased to have Tammy Alls to inspire us with news and updates from Big Brother, Big Sister from East Tennessee. Then we're also going to hear from Melissa Roberts, who's the exec director of Appalachian Promise Alliance, formerly Bristol's Promise. And she, again, will talk about our name change and branding. And also we wanted her to talk a little bit about the efforts going on in our region for collective impact that she and Jill Stott from Tennessee Commission on Children and Youth have been working on, and that's why she's in Johnson County today and going to be joining us a few minutes late. And as I said, then afterwards, we hope to have a little bit of time to share and network together. So also wanted to recognize several board members, hopefully from Appalachian Promise Alliance, and which we're still getting used to saying that to roll it off fast enough. But I see Lori Bradley's here from the board, United Way of Bristol TN VA, Kay Ward, Bristol Tennessee City Schools, and of course Tammy Alls, and holler if there's anybody else here that I have missed on our board. Eric, did I say Eric? Eric Bluestein. I checked you off and I forgot to say it. Eric Bluestein, who's here. And wanted to also say Lily Royston is one of our newer staff folks, and she is here with, there she is, and she is doing parenting along with Samantha Gray, who is also here. And then Lily has an intern with her at Tennessee High, so we're excited to have a high school intern. Hello, Anna, I think. Let's see, who else did I see here? Melissa will be here. Did I miss anybody else from staff? There might be somebody else joining us later. We have Tina McDaniel, who does DEI. Brandy Peters does our Bristol Connect. Samuel Jones does Buckle Up for Life. Susan Turner does trauma-informed care. So, and as our Youth Networking Alliance meetings are every other month, January, March, May. Usually we skip July because that's end of vacation, beginning of school. And then our schools meeting is in September, and fourth Thursday in November is Thanksgiving. We do not usually meet on Thanksgiving. So we usually hit the first Thursday after that. Frequently that's the first Thursday in December, and we combine it with Trauma-Informed Care Network. At this meeting, we recognize the 5 promises of America's Promise. That's why we were named Bristol's Promise originally in 2005. And we're particularly proud to continue to embrace those promises as they build resilience in our children, youth, and families. And that's what we're talking about a whole lot these days, is resilience in all kinds of different ways. Also, at some point, we really realized how much the promises apply to our adults and families as well. But just to mention, those are the 5 promises are ongoing relationships for caring responsible adults, a healthy start and future, safe places and structured activities during non-school hours, effective education for marketable skills, and opportunities to help others. So we really embrace those, and that began in 2005. And I can say, and I've got my written introduction, but Tammy's was part of that original Communities That Care that Bristol's Promise came out of in 2005, 2006. So I'll introduce Tammy. That most of us know and are usually inspired by Tammy's energy and enthusiasm. Her new job is recruitment and partnerships manager for Big Brother Big Sisters of East Tennessee. Hopefully I got that right. She has been a strong advocate for youth in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia for her 32-year career and working with residential treatment facilities, developing successful after-school programming and teen pregnancy and parenting support programs. She's excited about this new role. She serves as a board member for Appalachian Promise Alliance. She's the steering committee for SHOUT, Sexual Health Outreach, a steering committee member for Buckle Up for Life, and is a longtime member and supporter of our Youth Networking Alliance. Like I said, she participated in Communities That Care process in 2005, 2006 that created first Youth Networking Alliance, just FYI, began in 1999. And then with that process in 2005, 2006, we moved toward incorporation and becoming an official organization. So Tammy, with that, welcome you and take it.
All right, thank you. You share my screen here to get us started. It's not the direction I'm going. All right.
It's not shared.
So
it's not shared.
It's not shared?
Nope, we can't see it.
Okay.
Hello, Gina Fry. How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Good.
Can you see it now?
Nope.
Well, let's see here.
You have to do share. You have to have it available. Hit share screen, and then you have to share after it comes up.
Multiple participants can share simultaneously?
You should, across the bottom, have a tab that says share screen.
It does. I hit that.
Okay, and then you
Okay.
click on your
Let's see if
PowerPoint.
that does, but I gotcha.
And then you have to click on share. You got it. You got it.
Yay.
Right.
All right. We'll minimize our little box of folks here and stick us up here out of the way. So thank you all very much for letting me come and present today. And everybody that knows me knows that I am very, very passionate about youth and families and dynamics. And I just love working with people who want to have a relationship with the youth. So this job position was definitely in alignment with what I believe in. So we'll start with that. Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Tennessee has been transforming lives of children since 1970. We are the oldest and largest youth one-to-one mentoring organization in the United States. I was familiar with Big Brothers Big Sisters, but it just didn't occur to me that they are the one-to-one mentoring organization. And there are 250 agencies, and I definitely hope I can get you all excited to get in this movement with me. So our mission is to create and professionally support one-to-one mentoring relationships that ignite the power and promise of East Tennessee youth. So we are looking for mentors that want to inspire, connect, and build trust with the youth in our area. We do serve youth ages 6 and up. In the Tri-Cities, we have Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia, which is my position that is new. I do have an office here at the Envision Center at the Bristol, Virginia Redevelopment Housing Authority. We also have an office in Kingsport, and we have programs in Johnson City and our surrounding counties. So Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Tennessee is a full 23 county service area, and it is based out of Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where our home office is. We currently have 42% of our littles are male and 58% are female. And we have 13% that are elementary school age, 37% that are middle school age, 37% that are high school age, and 13% that are post-secondary. Those of us that work with youth, we know typically around high school age, our kids fall off, right? We don't keep them engaged as much. And so I think this speaks a lot to what this one-to-one relationship is, and the fact that these young people that are merging into that young adulthood are staying involved. In 2022, we've had 656 active matches. And our vision is that all children can achieve their full potential. And I know that all of us here in the room believe in that they have that opportunity, and somebody has to be there to help work with them to reach that full potential. So we do survey our families and our matches and our littles frequently. And so we know that 93% of our littles feel like they belong. 98% of our littles are confident that they can say no to drugs, violence, and skipping school. 85% of our littles have better grades, academic goals, and confidence. This is my favorite. 88% feel that they have a very important adult in their life, and that is compared to only 50% prior to their match being made. And 54% are more likely to enroll in college. So when we're talking about how can you make a difference in a child's life, we all know this, right? Share your time with a little, show them you care, have fun with them, build a long-lasting relationship with them, and definitely supporting their potential. So Big Brothers Big Sisters of America has this one-to-one mentoring theory of change. So once that match is made between the big and the little, they start learning about each other. They're exploring new activities together. Their relationship is deepening because it's consistent and frequent interaction. They will grow and mature together, and they can build a lifelong friendship. With the child, through this relationship development, the child's developing the ability to trust. They're gaining confidence, thinking about their future. They relate better to others. They make positive decisions about themselves. And what we see in the end is that this child is going to thrive through this growth of this relationship. So how can you get involved? So this next section, I'm going to talk to you about, we have two signature programs. We have what's called site-based, and we have what's called community-based. So with the site-based program, littles are going to meet with their bigs at a central location. This is going to be school or an after-school program or some kind of place where they can meet at this one location once a week the same day, the same time, typically 30 to 60 minutes. This could be during lunch, if it's at school, recess, or another break. If it's after school, it's going to be during a designated time. These activities are going to be teacher approved. They provide the opportunity for these littles and bigs to meet at a safe and secure location 3 to 4 times a month. So this site-based program is good for a couple of our different types of volunteers. When you're looking at adults who would like to do that within their work week, and it's easy for them to go to a school, same time, same day, know exactly how their schedule's going to go. Now, there are expectations. Bigs must be age 15 and up in a site-based program. They must meet once a week during the school year, and the minimum for a match is 1 calendar year. So matches are made at the beginning of the school year. So we say 1 year, but we do understand with schools, we've got this 9-month period of time, right? After you are matched with a little, after a 6-month period, that relationship may have grown and you want to do more with them. Say you want to maybe do some community-based programming, or say summer comes and you'd like to continue that relationship with them. So we do have what's called Site-Based Plus, but that's not an opportunity that would be offered to you until you would hit that 6-month period and you would make that known to your match support team that keeps in touch with you. So with community-based, this is going to happen on the weekend or maybe evenings if something's going on, but bigs and littles participate in, our goal is no or low cost activities, okay? This isn't about adopting a child and taking them out to eat and spending money and buying them things that they need. And it's not designed that way. It's designed for no or low cost. Outings should be focused on the REACH concept, recreation and social competency, education and life skills, arts and culture, community engagement, and health and well-being, which I think for us hits about everything, right? Big Brothers Big Sisters provide structured activity once a month. And then, the goal is this improves the quality of the match, strengthens the bond between the big and the little, because they're actually like doing some things together that's for a longer period of time. So the minimum age for a big for community-based is 23, because you're going to be picking that youth up and you're going to be transporting them. And part of the match process is going to involve the parents as well. I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute, but with school-based, you're not going to have interactions with the family like you would if you're coming to pick that little up. But again, we're asking for 2 to 3 hours per visit, 2 to 3 meetings per month, and a 1-year commitment. And the reason why we have that 1-year commitment when we start out this communication with everyone is, we don't want to get a little attached to someone who all of a sudden is not going to be able to make that commitment. So during that interview process, we're going to be asking things like, you're not expecting a job change to come up. You're not thinking you're going to have to move away, or any kind of changes where you wouldn't be able to keep up your commitment. So what I'm getting ready to move into now is, other than our 2 signature programs, everybody has a way they can fit in to Big Brothers Big Sisters. So we do have some initiatives, and the initiatives are designed for maybe a specific partner within your community to make these happen. So we have the STEM mentoring program, and this could be where littles and bigs, littles are matched with bigs that are in STEM careers, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I can give you an example that, like, for example, we'll say Eastman is working with bigs and littles in the community that's close to them, and maybe they have a specific program and they've come to say, hey, we'd like to talk about what this would look like. We also, this one's I'm a little excited about, y'all, so I'm hoping to work on developing this. There is a Bigs in Blue in the Knoxville area. So they have Bigs in Blue and Badges, and that's where Bigs and Badges develop these strong relationships between our police and our other service workers with these littles. So the vision of this program is to provide a structure within our mission to disarm bigotry, racism, and preconceived stereotypes at all levels. It connects our service workers with badges to these young people that they serve in their community for a better appreciation of, their family and adverse conditions and just the many things that our families are dealing with every day. I love this one too. This would be partnerships with our area high schools. So we have high school bigs. So it is designed for potential bigs who are currently enrolled in high school. They must be age 15 and up, and they're hoping to volunteer at a site-based program. This is such a benefit because, our high school students are working to get their service hours all the time. And so this is definitely a program that can help them get those service hours that they need. So because they're high school students, they're going to do the site-based program, right? Because they're age 15, they're younger. High school bigs would meet with their littles once a week, same time, same day, at their elementary or middle school, or at an after-school program location, for example. And again, we do ask for that one-year commitment, and those matches will be made at the beginning of the school year. And this may be like it fits into, say, the high school student has an opportunity that they can go to the middle or elementary school and do tutoring, and we have kids who we know need tutoring and are in the same area, and we can match them that way. Now, this program is currently happening in our Knoxville office, and any of our high school aged littles that we have in our area, they have been invited to participate this through Zoom. But these are your littles that are now in high school, and they have the opportunity to participate in this additional program, which is weeknight evening sessions that is provided by Big Brothers Big Sisters staff for life skills to prepare them for successful transition towards their future aspirations. So this is giving them the opportunity to do a little something also on their own to work towards their future. So this program has sessions that offer topics such as financial management, SMART goal setting, an overview of post-secondary program options, resume writing, interviewing, and organizational skills. So I really like this program, and I'd like to think eventually here in the Tri-Cities we could grow to have our own, maybe in person. So when you're getting matched with a little, here's how it works. Okay, a volunteer, once this volunteer has completed the process and has been accepted, they will be matched with a little that is based on similar experiences, backgrounds, and interests. So what we have is a match support team. The match support team works to put a big and a little together. And then their ongoing relationship is providing that advice and support and guidance throughout the match. So you're going to have a match support team specialist call and touch base every month. They're going to touch base with the big, they're going to touch base with the little and the parent and guardian if it's a community-based program. If it's site-based, then we're going to touch base with the site and just make sure that everybody's on the same page. Are there any concerns? Is there anything that we can offer to help make things grow and be successful? And then on top of that, we are providing these pre-match trainings before you even get matched. And then there's ongoing training opportunities afterwards. So pre-match trainings are all revolved around child protection. So we're going to have a lot of child protection trainings. We're going to have trauma-informed care trainings, adverse childhood experiences. I got something through email yesterday that I've already shared with all of our employees about positive childhood experiences. I love looking at it that way. But I want you to look at it this way. You're changing two lives. You're going to change their life and yours. So with the little match process, the potential littles parents or caregivers complete an application to determine if this program is appropriate for the child. Big Brothers Big Sisters staff interview both the parent and the child separately in order to get to know them better. And then from there, the match support team matches the volunteer and child, again, based on similar interests, backgrounds, personalities, and available schedules. I cannot stress this enough to you all. I am participating in a 90-day onboarding process. I have been doing multiple trainings. I've done lots of shadowing. So I participated in a lot of these interviews and calls just to see how it all works. So we've got littles, right, that have started the process and they're ready to be matched. And say we've got some matches or some bigs that are ready to be matched. Well, and I will tell you, within our 23 counties right now, we have 100 littles waiting to be matched. 17 of those are currently in Sullivan County. So just because you have a little and you have a big does not mean we're just going to put you together. Okay. The schedule has to match, right? Schedule's everything. What do you have time for? What time of the week do you have time? So part of it is making sure that, you know, if it works best for site-based, is it best for community-based? The other big thing is having similar interests, having similar backgrounds potentially, and personality types. I participated in a potential match interview, which does last about 90 minutes, extremely thorough about what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, what you like, what your home is like. Even if you start out site-based and you decide to go community-based, all these things are discussed. And I will tell you, even though they talk about home-based stuff, it is not allowed for a little to spend the night with a big ever. So I'm sorry that I'm sharing my screen and I think my bar's across the top, but if you're interested, you go to TennesseeBig.org. You would complete the online application. So potential mentors complete an online application and parents and guardians would go through and complete the online application, which obviously if someone's interested and can't do it themselves, we can help with that process. Once you complete that application and it is submitted through, it goes into one streamline software that we all use across the nation, but you get that inquiry call and you have that conversation, and then you participate in an orientation, which is about 45 minutes with Q&A, and then you say, yeah, I still think I've got the time. I want to make the commitment. This sounds like something I want to do. Then you get moved into that enrollment process. That's where the background checks, fingerprinting, those intensive interviews with yourself, you provide references for interviews, and then you do the required trainings. And we're here to support you all the way. And yes, there is some legwork to get there. But again, it's about ensuring child safety, and it's about ensuring that we're putting together a successful match. We want to set you up for success, not for any kind of failure. This was at our match party, this picture. We had our match party for the Tri-Cities for Christmas, and that's our sweet Mr. Ben Talley. If anyone knows him, he loves to be Santa Claus, and he is on our board of directors of Big Brothers Big Sisters East Tennessee. And those of you that know me, I love to face paint and I love to spend a minute or two with a child one-on-one, so that's what I did for our party. But we had such a great time, and we have about 60 active matches in the Tri-Cities right now, so we had a really nice turnout for that. And then if you want to follow us on social media, you just look for Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Tennessee. And then I am open to connect with anyone. I want to come and talk to your employees about how to be a mentor, or I want to come to the schools to see how we can connect. The thing that I'm charged with right now is working on recruiting those mentors. If I start with the schools and the kiddos, we're going to have what, hundreds of kids waiting for a match, right? So we really want to get the word out about this. And I will tell you, just as my upcoming events, that February 28th through April 28th, we're going to be doing a 60 Bigs in 60 Days recruitment campaign. So that will be a lot of my focus coming up. That's my email, talls@tennesseebig.org. My work phone is through DialBot, so it comes through like my computer or my phone. And then that's my personal cell phone, obviously please put that down. You can call me, contact me, send me a text that way. I want to thank you for letting me make the presentation, and I would love to open it up just if anybody has any questions, so that we could talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so we can see each other.
Okay. Does anybody have questions or comments for Tammy?
Hi, Tammy. This is Gina Fry. Of course,
Gina?
Very interested in, the success of your program, because I know there's just a lot of needs. Their kids are just, they need mentoring, and so many of them are being raised by grandparents, great-grandparents. So, having somebody that, is maybe closer to their age, I think that's great. Of course, I want to offer the CAC to provide any type of training for your volunteers, because we do, just being able to maintain safe contact and keep the kids safe. And we'll be glad to do any of that to
Wonderful.
help you.
Thank you. And you would be happy to know that the National Big Brothers Big Sisters has a whole entire child protective department, and everything that we make and put together, that is top priority.
Right. That's
wonderful.
But just let us know if you need any training, either for kids, because we do that for kids, or for adults.
Yes, ma'am. I would love it if you would put me on your mailing, so because you all do so many great trainings anyway, so that I can look at those and participate in some of those as well.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's
Tammy. I work with Gina, and I think we used to work together back in the 90s.
Honey, we have, yes, yep.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see you again.
Yes, still hanging in there, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So that's Gina Fry and Amy Witt, who work with the Sullivan County Children's Advocacy Center. And I'm sure those trainings are available to anybody on here to reach out if you want to partner with them for training.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we would be glad to.
Yep. So, okay, other folks?
Lori?
Yes, hi, Tammy.
Hi, Lori.
Tammy and I go way back to when I was on the junior board of directors with her way back when. So congratulations on your new position. United Way of Bristol, of course, is proud to support the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. And so whatever support or effort you need from us, you just let us know. And, we've got our boardroom and lots of folks on our board that, might be willing to help. So we'll be glad to get the word out about your 60 mentors in 60 days and that kind of thing. So send that to me, okay? Keep up the good work.
Absolutely. Thank you. And Lori, actually, I was going to touch base with you. I need your logo. We have all kinds of yard signs in Kingsport, but it has the Kingsport United Way logo, and I want
we can't have that. You need Bristol.
That's
okay,
right.
I'll
So
send it to
we'll
you.
get that going.
All right, I'll send it to you. Thanks, Tam.
Thank you.
Okay, other folks?
You mentioned how they like the different meeting times that were available, and one of them you said that was like meeting at the schools and making that possible. So how would that work with like school scheduling? Do they like come out of a class and like have to make up for the class later? Is it after school? How does that work?
Well, typically I would say the majority of the time it's going to be lunch or recess that works. And obviously it would depend on the school system. So at this point, I'm basically in alignment to meet with both sides and just determine what that would look like as we start making those matches. So we have a whole entire department that is for working with the site base. So once I get the school system or the, whichever, like it may not be every elementary school, it might be one or two that want to do it right now, or however that works. But then our site specialist is going to work that out between the matches. And the site specialist is the one that works with the match specialist to stay in touch. So the match specialist is kind of working with the, you know, the big and the little, and then the site specialist is working with the school or the after school program. I will say, at this point, our active site base that has been continuous is Big Brother, or she is a Boys and Girls Club. And I'm basically in the process now of getting ready to touch base with Girls Inc. and YWCA Tech Girls as other after school programs. We've had a couple of different suggestions and ideas that have come up. So I'm definitely open to more conversation about who might feel like they have a good place as a site base.
Okay, anybody else?
Thank you.
And Kay Ward, do you want to speak just a minute about Reading Buddies? Because this is, we've got Reading Buddies with volunteers already in our schools, so this could be kind of a next level up. Do you want to talk a second about Reading Buddies? She might have stepped away from her desk.
Well, she actually, I've thought about that, and I definitely want to
There
touch
she
base
is.
with
There
Kay,
she is.
because
There she is.
I do see this as being something that, like, it's no different than if you have a mentor and a child that start out site-based. It grows, right, Kay? It grows. Their relationship and their bond. I mean, I know that you know, we've got, you know, our reading buddies that every year they're like, oh, can I have my same buddy? Or, you know, things like that. So what I would think is if, Kay, after you talk a little bit more about how the program is if that relationship with her reading buddies grows to a point that maybe they are interested to get involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters and start meeting on, you know, the weekends to do activities or something. So we kind of see that, you know, it's something that maybe we could be the next step up. That's what I was thinking, Margaret. Thank you.
Right. Okay, Kay, did you want to add anything? You're on mute. She can't talk.
She can't get off mute. Oh,
Okay. I'm sorry.
well, I can say, I can say, just being a board member, you know, Reading Buddies is amazing. It is a partnership where, you know, these volunteers from the community come every week. Again, it's consistent. It's every week, and it's meeting with their same little buddy, and they read book together. They are reading and they're sharing that time, and that helps with so much. We know with our children, you know, that working to get them up to that 3rd grade reading level, this is just a great way. And this is Bristol, Tennessee and Virginia schools that it happens with. So it's been very, very successful.
So yeah, and also I would say, and the mentoring, the relationship, more and more, that is one of the most important things with all kinds, with children's and also with substance use disorder, to try to help folks avoid it, never go that direction, but also folks who are trying to get into recovery, stay in recovery. It's those relationships that make the biggest difference. So that first promise of ongoing relationships, Big Brother, Big Sister certainly hits that. Reading Buddies, and I'll say my experience with the program, and I think Kay would say too, the relationship is more important than the reading. So you may or may not actually get your book read, but it's that constant, consistent relationship that does the biggest part of the progress. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I was going to just say, Tammy, I would love to get together with our shout hats on to talk about when Big Futures can come to the Tri-Cities, and maybe
Yes.
said.
Well, it is definitely run by a different department in Knoxville, and obviously our departments are working on growing up here in the Tri-Cities. Hopefully over the next year we'll see some growth and development in that. But I have been very blessed to be able to stay you know, on with the Shout Coalition and the steering committee, and to continue on with our soon to be Appalachia Promise Alliance. And, you know, I'm just so pleased because I have this partnership already with so many of you. And I'm just excited to see how this is going to grow.
All right, thank you. All right, well, Melissa Roberts is not here yet, so we will let her speak if she does get here. This gives us more time for networking. So we've heard from a couple of people, but if it's okay, I'll just start calling on people. Also, be sure to put your information in the chat. So if you have to leave or if you can't have a microphone, like Kay got herself unmuted. So it looks like, Kay, can you say something? Maybe she can't hear us now. Anyway, I'm just going to start going across the screen. So Mark Cruz, welcome.
Thank you, Margaret. Great to be with you all. Enjoyed hearing Tammy's presentation. We love the work that Big Brothers Big Sisters is doing. We have a couple of events coming up that I would make note of.
And you're with the Strong ACC.
I'm with the Strong ACC. Sorry.
That's okay.
And so we have the Strong Kids Forum coming up. Resilience in Action is the agenda on February the 6th. And we also have at Bristol Motor Speedway, the response to that event has been great. I'll put a link in the chat box for that. We also have a regional child care summit being planned for April the 26th. That's a Wednesday at Bristol train station, bringing together all those who have a stake in a vibrant child care system in Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee. I'll also put that date and details in the chat box.
Thank you very much. And a note on that February 6th, I believe that's Appalachian Promise Alliance, Susan Turner, who's going to be helping with that. So, all right, Gina, did you have anything else to add?
No, just wanted to kind of let everybody know that we are getting ready. In April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and so we'll be doing some ads and newsletters and different things for to raise awareness in the community about child abuse prevention. So, and again, anyone that the organization needs any type of adult training or children's training on prevention, we'd love to be able to have the opportunity to present that to your organization. So let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. Okay, Mark Verlander, and say which organization you're with.
Thank you, Matt Verlander with Virginia's Kids Belong. The Community Engagement Director for Southwest Virginia, and VKB exists to improve the experiences of kids and the ones that care for them in the foster care system. I did want to just make an announcement that we are going to be hosting I'm calling it a training because everyone knows what a training is, but this is going to be a unique experience. And I will post the link for registration in the chat shortly. But it's February 20th. Working with Megan Hamilton, who is with Emory and Henry, but also the expansion coordinator, project lead, all things with the Isaiah 117 house, moving into Southwest Virginia as the first Isaiah 117 house in Virginia. And then Keith Cartwright with the Department of Behavioral Health will be with us speaking. If you've ever heard Keith talk, you know, he's full of amazing knowledge and has just a great gift in delivering his passion about ACEs and then trauma and really how the community can rally around those vulnerable folks. So thanks for the time. I enjoyed seeing everybody, but I will post that in the chat. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Lori Bradley.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lori Bradley with United Way of Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia. We have some exciting things coming up. We're working on several things. One is possibly a transportation grant. And this would help employees be able to get back and forth to work for a maximum of 30 days, short term within a 10-mile radius of their employment. So we're excited about that. We have not publicized that yet. We're in the infancy of that program, but getting ready to start that. We are also, we have the Bristol Out of School Network that we have 16 member organizations. So if you are involved with any time working with children outside of the regular school time and you'd like to be part of that out of school network, just let us know. And we just continue to take calls and needs from lots of folks. Sending somebody back today from Big Stone Gap. She was here, got stranded, couldn't get back. And so we've worked to try to get her back home through our Ride United program and Resource Bristol. So just doing a lot of good work, as all of you all are as well. And just pleased to be part of our wonderful community.
Thank you. Brandy Maltzberger.
Yes. Good afternoon. My name is Brandy Maltzberger. I'm with Frontier Health, and I just want to make one announcement. We have an adult mental health first aid class that's coming up February the 9th in Johnson City from 8:30 to 5. It's going to be at the Night Owl Circus Arts. We do have a few seats still available, so if anybody is interested in going through that training, after completion of that training, you will be a mental health first aider. But if so, I did put my information in the chat box. I'll go ahead and put it in there again. But if you want to contact me via phone or via email, we'll get you registered.
Thank you, Brandy. John Knack.
Hi, I'm John Knack. I'm a community liaison with Creekside in Kingsport. We are a inpatient and outpatient crisis stabilization program. Our outpatient programs have really kicked in because there's a lot of people with chronic ongoing issues that maybe prevent them from going to work, or kids being productive at school because they're not able to focus. They're just worried about how, they perceive that their life is so bad. So I put my information in the chat. We have a day hospitalization program for kids. And we have a day hospitalization program for adults. So like I said, if anybody has any questions, these are kind of new concepts. They do the exact same thing on a outpatient basis. They basically just go home at night, but the program is the same as inpatient. It's intensive group therapy. So that's kind of our piece of the puzzle in helping people get back to being productive students or productive adults. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks. Welcome. And Tony DeLucia.
Okay, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. It's been a while since I've been to one of these meetings because everything's gotten really exciting with the program that you're going to be hearing about. I think I put the link in the chat. Veteran Substance Use Disorder Support Alliance was just a small planning grant from the Appalachian Regional Commission under their INSPIRE initiative, investments supporting partnerships in recovery ecosystems. And ecosystems, of course, is a real nice way of bundling all the different parts of what will make recovery, especially to allow people to find work as a big asset for their lives, happen. And since I'm at the VA and I had a medical student as one of my interns, I've brought them to some of the meetings before, we decided to look at veterans. There are forgotten heroes. And it turns out that we're doing a lot with veterans. But the main thing about this conference coming up May 25th and 26th is it's not specific to veterans, although I'm really trying to integrate the VA heavily in this because they are our VA and they help so much what we're doing. So there are going to be facilitated panels on the faith community, justice involved issues, success stories with veterans, let's see, coalitions, and more, so that people are really going to get a chance to see what this area is made of as we go forward. And it's interesting to hear about all the different trainings that are done. And one of the things that I think that veterans need is to be trained to go into the right kind of work. So another thing you might hear of coming out is veterans and a training resource and referral action network. And I'll share that.
Great. And also for Tony's benefit and also the rest, and I'll try to send out an email that covers it. In March of 2020, Bristol's Promise, Family Promise, United Way, together, we started, at that point, it was weekly meetings called Coordinated Community Response. And we continue to meet. It parallels a little bit in Bristol, Virginia, the Bristol coalitions that's been there for years and years. We will, so Tony, you're coming to that meeting would be very helpful too. And we're meeting tomorrow. So we meet on the 4th Thursday, Bristol, Virginia, Bristol Coalition. Both of them are focused on both Tennessee and Virginia, but we tend to focus more with Bristol coalitions in Bristol, Virginia, and probably ours a little bit more in Bristol, Tennessee, but it covers both. Anyway, so some of the veteran services and substance use disorder services, et cetera, are a good fit for attending those meetings. And just FYI, when we began these meetings in 1999, it was the only meeting like this bringing people together in Bristol, and really at the Tri-Cities, nobody else was bringing folks together in the same way. So we're proud of that legacy and proud to keep it going. So Lydia Atchley.
Hello, how is everyone? My name is Lydia Atchley. I'm with Holston Habitat for Humanity. Sorry, I was sharing screen or looking at a different screen. We are working with your area as well. We have recently closed for our home ownership applications, and we've selected our next round of families that we are going to build with. So that's really exciting, meeting everyone on the back end. This is my first meeting, so I'm not sharing a whole lot. I'll defer to my manager, Alana. She's probably next in line right behind me to speak. So, but I'm happy to be here and gather these resources for the families that I'll be working with in the future through Holston Habitat, and have a near and dear place in my heart for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. I did some work with them in high school, so it was really cool to see all of the things that are still, how it's grown as a program in the last 15 years since I was a part of it. So it's really neat. Thank you.
Great. Okay, Alana.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alana, and I am the Homeowner Services Manager and Outreach Manager with Holston Habitat. One thing I would like to share is that we just earlier this week, site prep began on a house that will be built in Bristol this spring. So we're really excited about that. The location is just around the corner from Anderson School, to put it in perspective for those of you in Bristol. And we'll be partnering with a really wonderful single mama of 2 boys. So we're super, super excited about this project. And we would love for folks from this group to come out and support that project and volunteer. We are still finalizing the schedule for that project. Given the weather and some of those things, it's, dates are still in flux, but here in the next couple of weeks, the schedule should be set and it should be available for sign up through our website. But again, we would love to have anyone, whether it's folks as individuals or groups, church groups, civic groups, businesses. That's a really great team building experience. So if anyone is interested in coming out and volunteering or providing sponsorship for this project, we would certainly welcome that and encourage you to reach out to us, and I'll put our contact in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good to
Alana,
see you.
Alana, did you say you're going to put something out and that's where you would go sign up to volunteer?
Yes, well, the sign up to volunteer is not available yet through our website. It will be in the coming weeks.
Okay.
So once that's available, we will of course share that with the group. And we usually send that out to Gary McGow as well and some of those distribution groups. But yeah,
Good
in the
deal.
coming,
That's something that we would want to put in our Big Brothers Big Sisters newsletter for our matches and families to, as an opportunity, as an activity. That I could see that being a really great opportunity for them to come and do that.
yeah, it is wonderful. There are age restrictions. You do have to be 14 and older to be on a construction site, and there are only certain activities they can do depending upon their age. But we are happy to work with folks if they want to come out with their bigs and swing a hammer or paint or whatever it is. We can get them plugged in for that, for sure.
Okay, thank you. Hannah
You're welcome.
Smith. With Appalachian Literacy Project. Well, there she is.
We're coming. Let's see. I don't know how to turn the computer on. There we go. Hi. Okay. So Kim and Hannah are here sharing the computer. We are new to this to this sort of meeting, and we're very glad to be here. But we are an organization that gives books to low-income children throughout the region. We are in 60 elementary school classrooms for third, 60 for fourth, and a few less for fifth this year throughout Appalachia. But we also give out books to different community groups. So if there are people that need kids books, I mean, we've given them to Isaiah House this year. We've given them to Tech Girls. We've done Girls Inc. and Boys and Girls Club in the past. Access to books is one of the primary drivers of literacy, which is of course one of the primary drivers of academic success, and helps the health of our whole region. So something we're passionate about.
Thank you, Kim, and thanks for starting your organization and being so successful. So we love it. So, and
we appreciate your support, Margaret.
Kimberly Brubaker Bradley, if you have not read her books, go look them up. They're fantastic. She's won lots of awards. If also you're doing DEI work, there's at least a couple that would be helpful with discussions along those lines as well. So
now, actually, while you're saying that, hang on just a sec. I'm gonna find it.
And while she's getting that, Carrie Schwartz, be ready to talk next.
This is Fighting Words, and this is kind of an old copy because it doesn't have the nice Newbery Honor sticker on it, but one of the very first middle school books that talks about sexual abuse, and I would consider it quite useful for anybody dealing with those problems, adults or kids.
So thank you. Thank you, Kim.
Not to blow my own horn, but
Carrie Schwartz, are you ready to share about the Sullivan County Imagination Library? And you're on mute if you can get unmuted. And I know Kay had a little problem, so Carrie might have a problem, but we're always thrilled to have. There she is. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Carrie Schwartz, and I work with Sullivan County Imagination Library. We are very interested in getting books into the hands of students in Sullivan County, ages birth to age 5. Very interested in children being able to enter school with a good vocabulary and able to maintain their studies. Beth Faber is our new president. We're very moving forward with her. We are right now in the process of setting up committees for our work. So if any of you are interested in volunteering and helping us with this, we'd be interested in that. Beth Faber is our president. right now, with our fundraising activities, our finances are working right well. In the past, we've had some times with this, but anyway, that has worked out much better. So thank you so much. Imagination Library is moving right along in Sullivan County. Thanks.
Mm. And I see what Hannah's put in the chat, if we'd like a free copy. Woo. And I have read it, can highly recommend the Fighting Words. Thank you, Carrie, and we love Imagination Library and everything that it's done. Also, just be sure that everybody knows Dolly Parton does not pay for the whole program. It's she gets access to the books for good prices, and then the individual organizations pay for the mailing costs, etc. So a lot of people think Dolly pays for all of it, but there's responsibility on the local level. Carrie, is that correct?
Thank you so much. Yes. By the way, if you listen to the news, she just celebrated her 77th birthday.
Yeah, it's wonderful that we in Tennessee and our region can claim Dolly. She certainly has done a lot for everybody and is well loved by folks from all perspectives. So appreciate that. Melanie Eisen, Sullivan County Anti-Drug Coalition.
Hello, excuse me, I don't have a voice. Don't have too much updated. We do have a vibrant youth coalition finally going in Tennessee middle school, so that's exciting. And they just had a dance that we helped to sponsor, and I think maybe the United Way helped on that one too. That came out of the 518 that the United Way helped with last semester, so that's exciting to have that going. We will have opportunity for parents, teachers, grandparents coming up in March. We'll have more information about it, but the National Guard will be bringing their stashed away trailer to the YMCA parking lot in Bristol for parents. Anybody who's an adult, you have to be 18 and up to walk through. And it's a really neat trailer that looks like a child's bedroom, a typical teenage bedroom and bathroom, and shows ways that they can hide drug paraphernalia and drugs and different things to be on the lookout for. So it's very, very interesting and a good way for parents to become aware of that sort of thing. And then we'll be there talking about how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, what to say, and that sort of thing. So that'll be March 22nd in Bristol from 9 to 1. And then we'll also have it in Kingsport on the Tuesday, the 21st in the evening from 6 to, I think it'll be there actually from 4 to 7. Yeah. Oh, that's all I've got.
Thank you, Melanie. And Sullivan County Anti-Drug Coalition is connected to many, many resources. So for any folks who need those resources, it's a great way to get them. So Bree Burke.
Hi, guys. Hold on one second. Okay. I'm actually Taylor Reagan. Bree Burke had to jump on another call for her grant, but we wanted to be here to listen in. So we are community health workers with Healing Hands Clinic, and we're constantly growing. Actually, Bree is the lead community health worker, and she just got 2 more, which is me and another person who starts Monday. So thank you so much for allowing us to be here and listen in. We really appreciate it.
Fantastic. So many of us greatly appreciate community health worker program. So Cindy Huss.
Hi there. I'm leaving my camera off because my internet is very dicey. But I work with Rise Healthy for Life. We are in Kingsport through tomorrow, but on Saturday, we're actually moving to Bristol, Tennessee. We provide and promote responsible inclusive sex ed, but we also have certified trainers in trauma-informed care and building strong brains. And we talk about not only how providers can offer trauma-informed care, but how to teach survivors or help survivors navigate their own trauma response. And we actually have a workshop coming up in March. It's been sponsored by Carter County Drug Prevention Coalition, but it is open to the public. It'll be an online training, and I'm putting the link into the chat. It will be free.
Thank you. Great. So welcome to the Bristol side of Sullivan County. So we welcome you here. Lindsay McNabb. Okay, there you go.
Hey, I just wanted to hop on because I am lucky. I get to work with John Knack at Creekside. I've loved kids my entire life, and he talked about the outpatient program, but we also, you know, we're in the area. I cover the counties down near Knoxville, but we help children in crisis, mental health crisis, ages 9 to 13, and then 14 to 17. Because we want kids to know that life is not all dark, and we want to help them get back on the road to living a productive young adulthood. But I lived in Johnson City for 25 years, so I feel like I'm there with you. But we send kids from as far away as Memphis to Kingsport to get stabilization, because unfortunately, all the new hospitals that are being built for mental health are all centered around adult care. So.
Okay, thank you. Samantha.
Hi, I'm Samantha Gray, and I'm going to put on two different hats. My first hat is with Theater Bristol. And I want to just say, Tammy, first of all, congratulations. And also, please think about Theater Bristol not only as a space, which we talked about, but after listening to you today, also a great resource for prospective bigs, because we have some really cool people there who I think kind of naturally do it anyway with our young people. So we have a great season for 2023. It's really exciting, including Oklahoma, the musical at the Paramount. Hearing about all the books, we have lots of books coming up on stage. So we have Mark Twain's The Diaries of Adam and Eve coming up in February for Valentine's Day. We have The Diary of Anne Frank in March for 3 weekends. And I'm so excited. We have a group from Pikeville, Kentucky, bringing their 8th graders, 68 of them. They're so excited. They just finished the book, and they're driving 2 hours and 20 minutes one way to come and see our show. We have auditions for Winnie the Pooh in February, and it'll be great for some littles. And to bring kids to come and see it, of course. We will be presenting with our partner Rivers Way Real Heroes in March. We have right now creative dramatics classes registering for ages 5 through 13. It's a great way for kids to build confidence. And we have really easy to access scholarships, because we really go by Kathy DeCaterina's promise that no child should be turned away. So please keep that in mind if you know some kids that could use this positive environment. We also have some great workshops available for adults and kids. It's all affordable and very community-based. We're also welcoming volunteers on stage and off stage, where we have our maker space where we create and build and sew and paint. And then I'm really excited. We have Playtime in the Art Space is coming back on February 4th. And it's for littles and those who love them. So parents who are expecting, grandparents, anybody wants to come. It's a show for the littlest kids. And then we partner with Bristol Bagel for treats, and with Bristol's Appalachian Promise Alliance with tons of parenting resources and support. And it's a great way for parents to meet each other. So think of it as a parenting support group. But that starts back at 9 a.m. every Saturday, starting in February. With my other hat on, I'm Samantha Gray with Appalachian Promise Alliance, and I'm the Parenting Education Coordinator. We have parenting education classes, such perfect timing. We restart our cycle of the Attach the Heart classes next week. We're online Thursday evenings at 7:30, and we're in person and online Friday mornings at 10:30. The classes are free of charge. They're really excellent. You can register at bristolspromise.org. You can let your families know. It really kind of targets like prenatal through children about age 5, 6, 7, but honestly, I've had parents of teenagers in the class, so any age is fine. We have a website full of other classes from around the region from our Parenting Education Network. It meets the third Thursdays, and if you have classes or resources that you want to share, send it to us. We'll put it in our database and get the word out. We are also taking interest in our Grand Connections grandparenting class. There's more information about that in our newsletter. Our parenting suite at 100 Ash Street has books and baby carriers and resources and consulting, and I can help parents with those kinds of things. We're building up our team. And then all this information is in the Parenting Suite e-newsletter for parents. You can sign up at bristolspromise.org, and which is still bristolspromise.org, even though I'm saying Appalachian Promise. And we also have a Parenting Suite Facebook group, so people can follow what we have going on there as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha. Nancy Cook. And we have a couple more people and then a few more announcements and we'll wind up. Nancy, are you able to unmute? She might not be able to be. She serves on the Buckle Up for Life Steering Committee, and I know she's also working with Morrison School, serves on their board, and I believe they're going to have an informational sessions for parents coming up soon. So, okay, and did I miss anybody? To have opportunity? Oh, yes, I did. Excuse me. Eric Bluestein, Bristol's Promise Board.
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, no, just it's great to hear all the things that are going on in the area for the community. That's much appreciated and really exciting. So appreciate everybody providing updates and Tammy providing the presentation overview of the new opportunity. And we look forward to seeing her next week to do it all again for the Rotary.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Yeah, that's what she wants, is different speaking engagements. Okay, just a couple more announcements from Appalachian Promise Alliance, and Samantha, you are rolling that off so smoothly. You've been practicing, I think. The next meeting for us, for Youth Networking Alliance, March 23rd. We meet from 12 and we say 12 to 1:30. We'll get out just a couple minutes early. And we are working on a program with, see if what we can do with the Tennessee and Virginia Departments of Children's Services, and they are called differently in each state. So, but having a little bit of presentation from those folks. And then the Southwest Virginia Trauma Informed Care Network meets at 12 noon on February the 1st. And the Northeast Tennessee Trauma Informed Care Network meets at 10 a.m. on February 23rd. And those two groups work together for the whole region. And that's Melissa Roberts for Tennessee and Danielle Dye for Virginia. And they really work hard to cover. And I know they're also working on trauma informed care, building strong brains training that will complement each other, to come together as one training. So anyway, and I will say our website, which remains bristolspromise.org for right now, and whenever we change, everything will be forwarded for quite some time, if not into perpetuity. Anyway, we have a community calendar. We do maintain it pretty well. And so we welcome you to look for resources and look for things, as well as send things to be posted on that calendar. So, and Lily, you spoke early. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, ma'am.
Great, thank you. So if that's it, and if anybody wants to, I'll be sending, watch for the email, coordinated community response, if you are interested in that meeting that meets on the fourth Friday, excuse me, at 11 and we try to keep that one to an hour. All right, well, I will send out chat notes. So if your information, and I know some folks have connected to online information that'll be helpful to go out as well. So thank you all very much. And Tammy, thank you very much. I did hear from Melissa, and she was unable to get a strong enough internet connection to manage a Zoom link. So we will hear from Melissa more with updates. So, okay, if nobody has anything else, I'm going to stay on to be sure I get the chat copied, but everybody else can go on and eat your lunch or get moving to whatever else. So thank you.